Yeah, well, you should be able to, just as long as you're rocking it's like a good enough upload, at least like 5 or 10 upload probably for 1080 60. It's like the good spot out here. 5 upload for 1080 30 10.
Switched over. They can very clearly hear you. Oh, what the heck?
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Oolong. I am the Mad Doctor of Spark. We got a quick little matchup today between Skyzzo and 2-4, and here helping me co-cast is going to be Baby Spine. Baby Spine, how you doing?
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm good.
Beautiful voice. Seconds prior, while we were on the screen, because I can't change how that audio works. So we're actually going to be trying to do everything via the spectator client here, looking at just one room. No, I'm not using another voice meter. See, the thing is that my audio inputs, I only have my audio input and then the desktop audio, which is all going on one channel. I actually configured it so that Discord plays at a higher volume than the rest of the devices. But that's the only voice splitter I actually have going for me right now.
How loud is it? Do I need to push my mic 10 feet?
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I had to raise it for Tess yesterday because I think he was using it on his phone and his phone wasn't close to his face because he was also watching it on his phone, I thought. So I had to boost him up to 200% just on his profile and then boost him even further up on my actual computer. I might look into it. Oh, there we go.
These dang low quality co-casters.
Yep. These dang. You guys should really just come here and sit in the... Ah, there we go. Keeping the hat on. I really hope that this does work, because if this works, this means that we could have fight nights go with the spectator client too. Yes. Yes. Also peep the shirt. I can't believe they created a Peanuts character after me. I've considered it. I know that Baby Spine. I know that Slowed just in chat, just in case you weren't looking at it, said, "Have you considered keeping sideboards private?" I know that you brought that up yesterday too, Baby Spine. I honestly really liked keeping them public. I think that what happened, the one issue I will say arose yesterday was that it got a little bit hectic trying to communicate sideboards in a timely manner. Because it was like you'd have a last minute change and one person is already in the game. So there was one match where right before, because Golden Knight took some time getting into the match and then last minute he changed 2 weapons on his sideboard. So I actually PM'd the changes to Wesso. But I think that for Boss Rush League, since it's all going to be in advance, you're going to know who you're playing a week in advance. I think there won't be any issues communicating that, and you'll be able to fully beforehand see what your opponent is going to be running on their sideboard and plan accordingly. I like having that partial knowledge. So I think honestly I'll just have to see how it goes. Having a private sideboard, it's good for me, and given that's information that y'all will know that the people in the game won't. But
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I feel it can be a little bit... Here's the problem with it being public, is that, for example, before I played GK, he's made his sideboard, last second, where I had already put mine out there, what felt like an hour in advance.
Exactly.
Last second, he posted his sideboard, and then when I seen his sideboard, I was kind of oh, shit, hold on now, I don't know if I like my sideboard. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't matter because we were already going into the game.
Right.
So it's kind of people can kind of just look at someone's sideboard and then be like, heh, let me change mine now. And that's kind of the problem, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the biggest issue that I see with it. Yesterday was a tournament, so partially the reason I made them public was just because trying to keep a track of all of it privately would have been miserable. But yeah, well, and that actually brings up a good point too. Maybe what it is it's you lock in your sideboard beforehand privately, and then, okay, cool, we're going to start the match. Here's both of these players' sideboards. You can't change the sideboards at that point, but you could change your main build based off of what your opponent has on their sideboard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, it's interesting having that main build be part of the overall 9 weapons you get to switch to, but also being private and potentially last minute changed. That I do like. That I really like. All right.
Yeah, that'd work better.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah, it's not a bad rule. It just needs a little bit of refinement.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get a pop out of your chat.
Yes, that would be useful. All right, sadly, did not work. So it only goes for tournament matches on the spectator mode when you spectate. So what I was hoping is that we were going to be able to just look at the... Oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, wait, okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so this was... They actually started the tournament, so... I mean, hey, I guess that's one way of doing it. Still cool, the possibility. Interesting. Yeah, but I think now that it's a forfeit, it's just gonna kick him out to the main lobby, I think. Because I don't think that it allows you to do rematches for tournament matches.
Oh, it does it.
All right. And then I'm also gonna post the sideboards real quick, and then I promise we will actually get into casting. Raptor E on the sideboard actually came up in multiple different games yesterday. A surprisingly good pick, especially if you're mainly running the Viper Ellipse.
He's too good to not have in your main build or your sideboard or something. It's just so good now if you use it right.
It really is. It's 10 damage versus 6 damage is bonkers.
Yeah, it's just the acceleration on it too is really great. You shoot it and then you're like, oh, I can dodge this, but then it just accelerates at you so fast, and you're like, okay, maybe not.
and it's better with a lot of people running the Aegis Shield. It's a lot better against specifically the Aegis Shield, I feel.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it only lasts like 0.8 seconds, so it's like it's not that much time to really block Raptor E.
Yes. Allium says, what is a sideboard? A sideboard is a mechanic that I'm introducing as part of the Boss Rush League. Think of it as an inverse ban. Rather than banning 3 weapons for your opponent, you choose 3 additional weapons when you start your build. You can only swap to those weapons from your original build. So you can either swap back to a weapon you used on your original build or one of the weapons on your sideboard. But no more, no less. All right. We'll get started. And also, so this is using the full Boss Rush League mechanics, I believe. I honestly, I'm just going to cast until they stop. But it should be a best of 5 with the stipulation that you have to win by 2. And the first player to reach 5 wins will win either way. So if it's 3-0, then there's no issues. If it's even 3-1, there's no issues. But, ooh, starting off strong here. But any more, and if they're even, they're going to have to go all the way to the best of 9.
It's almost like some table tennis rules, like where you can't just win by, you know.
That is exactly where I pulled it from.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It sounds just like 11 days.
That is exactly where I pulled it from. It was, oh man, 24 taking a lot of damage at the beginning here from Skyzzo and the clamps. Yeah, no, I was watching. They're fucking insane with their tournaments because they not only do best of like 11s, but they also have the win by 2 stipulations. No, it's best of 9 games. Each set is a best of 3, and each game in that set is played up to 11 points with the stipulation that you have to win by 2. So they are insane with that shit. Ooh, all right, Skyzzo taking a lot of damage.
This is surprising. I didn't think 24 was going to get such an edge on him here.
Yeah, especially with that early lead that Skyzzo got. The combo that he has just does so much damage. And even with the 1 shield, it's really hard to block everything you need to block in order to really not take any damage from it. All right, they're both in the red now. He has the combo off cooldown, but he's waiting.
24 great at avoiding grenades.
Oh, here it comes. The other thing he's learned too, and this is like something that he started doing halfway through the match yesterday. He throws out the Novanade first because he knows that the Novanade is more likely to get blocked or to get dodged either way. And he can distract with the Novanade and make room for his Avenade.
Yeah, I see that. He does toss the Nova first.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, post round. 24 just finishing it right
Turn you up a little bit. There you go.
Oh.
Now, oh yeah, that's much better. Ooh.
The ground slide still takes a little bit of damage.
Ooh, huge Avenade. Oh.
Uh-oh.
But he returns it right back.
Yeah, nice trade.
I think Skyzzo has a bit of the lead here. Yeah, he's got a bit of the lead here. I'm really surprised to see the Hurricane getting as much play as it's getting now.
Yeah, they kind of fixed it, so it's good again.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh no, he steps out of bounds. Oh no, the choke. And Skyzzo's gonna take round 2. Yeah, I honestly really like what they did with the Hurricane. I hate it because I'm one of those players that very rarely looks up, so I know that I'm just gonna get smacked in the head by it. But you know, the other thing too is that 10 damage really is significant compared to ooh. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage coming out from 2-4 there on Skyzzo, interrupting the same thought that I've had twice now.
Oh my god, goes under all of the bullet health.
Yep. Crawling on the floor. Gotta stick your head into the carpet. But yeah, I've noticed that, you know, especially with the Raptor and the Raptor Ellipse being run on my build, because the Raptor Ellipse does its damage in you know, by 10s. It's much easier to end a match with it than with the Raptor because there's so many other weapons that also deal their damage in groups of 10. Ooh.
Aegis just missing the Avenade completely too.
Yeah.
It's easy to do now that it's so small.
Yeah. Well, hey, but you know what? The fact that it still procs on the actual platform itself. Oh, and 2-4 is gonna take game 1. It's honestly really, really strong.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how Slowed does his his actual numbers. Ooh, okay, all right. Well, no weapon swap. We're going right into game 2.
3, 2, 1.
Because it was just warming up, I feel. 24 is warm from yesterday already.
Yup. Yeah, oh my gosh, the people who ended up getting into the finals yesterday, I mean, I honestly, maybe it was partially the fact that I was drinking during the later half of the stream, but I really didn't feel too much strain from a caster perspective. But everyone who came and played yesterday for 8 hours, especially Wesso, who had to go Josie, Golden Knight, Josie again, dude, he had to have burned at least 1,000 calories then.
Oh yeah, no doubt, dude. If anybody can do it, he can. He's a young little kid, or teenager, should I say?
Well, hey, you know what? But though it's great. I love it though because I'm giving him $60 from his win yesterday, and I'm like, do you have like a PayPal or a Venmo that I can send it to? And he's like, no, I'm actually not old enough to have either one of those accounts. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, huh? 18 and up.
Oh man.
Ooh, all right, that's a nice toss. Oh, all right. He manages to get out of the way of the Hurricanes that time.
Okay. Skyzzo loading up the Hurricanes. Going in with the combo. Avenade, Hammer E. Ooh, denied by 24 with his Aegis.
Yeah. Takes a lot of damage in the last 30 seconds. If he gets a full combo off here. But I feel like 20... Ooh. I was about to say, I feel like Skyzzo's starting to learn how to get around it, but...
Yeah, well, 24's build is a real distracted hit. He throws all these things on your side, and then if you're not looking in front, you get slammed by the Viper.
Ooh. Ooh! Oh, man, I know. All right. 2-4 takes round 1. Yeah. It's real interesting yesterday seeing the very clear divide between players who play entirely are centered around their combos and will just sit there and wait for everything to come off cooldown. And then you have players like Golden Knight and Josie, which just as soon as the weapons come off cooldown, they're using them. There is no combo, there is no elaborate master plan. There's just fire the gun, hit the opponent.
Yeah, it does seem that way with them a lot of the times. They just kind of improvise on their combos a lot.
Ooh, all right, steps back into the Hurricane. Man, you know, with all these people running Hurricanes, the Raptor has gotten even more value than it had before. Ooh, tries to go in with a straight Viper. Tries to block the nades.
1 minute.
It's not a bad idea.
No, it is not.
Ooh.
There we go. There's some nice clamp.
See, that's something 24 is not very familiar with yet, is how to use the Hammer E clamps.
Yep. And how to get around the Hammer E clamps. I mean, other than crawl on the floor, which he is doing very well with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He does that better than anybody. I think we all aspire to crawl like before, but
Yes.
not all of us can do it.
Oh my god, that's what I have to do against Shemi. I'm glad that Shemi got as far as they did yesterday, because they constantly give me issues in queue. Oh, in the last seconds.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness, and 2-4. Coming back with a strong combo. Taking game 2.
Yeah, did Skyzzo step into an Avenade there at the end?
Yeah, well, he stepped into 2 Viper bullets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was trying to get around the Athenade, which is why he ended up stepping into him. The reload time on the straight Viper is bonkers.
Yeah, it's great. It really is.
All right. So, let's see, because that was initiated by Skyzzo. So, Skyzzo on his sideboard has the Viper Ellipse, the Swarm, and the Vandal. It'll be interesting. The Swarm actually might put some pressure on 2-4 when he's doing his combo to sort of step the fuck back. So it'd be interesting to see him run that.
Well, I don't think we'll see it. Well, unless Skyzzo's not familiar with the changes. I know 2-4 will shut Swarm down now that it's been changed. It's much easier to drop block and shoot.
Oh, with the the tier 3 holds for a lot longer. 2, 3, 5, 5. There we go.
But yeah, he was running Swarm a lot before this update, but it's not as good anymore.
Yeah.
It's easier to. Well, it's much easier to deal with. It was arguably OP.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I had it. I originally, because I had planned out my tier list, but I never did the tier list video. I'm actually gonna like try and do the tier list video possibly later today, since I already have my suit and stuff ready to go. But I had it in S tier, not necessarily because it was super good, but rather because everyone was either running it or running a build to try and get around it, and that to me screams S tier.
Yeah.
But yeah, now especially that it already had, you know, the counter plays that it had. All right, let's see what he swapped to. Okay, he swapped to the Vandal. That was a good pick. Golden Knight did this yesterday, and it paid dividends. 2-4 also swap. Hold on. Hold on. Is this an illegal swap? No, he had it on the sideboard. He had it on the sideboard. No illegal swaps. But yeah, it's easily drop blockable now too.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
You know, Skyzzo bringing out the Vandal and dropping the Aegis, I feel he probably feels that he wasn't getting much value out of the Aegis with how small it is.
Yep.
And the nades coming in hot. Maybe you can do something with Vandal now.
Right. Right, and again, this is what happened yesterday when 2-4 was playing Golden Knight, and Golden Knight did a really great job of basically sniping both the nades out of the air during the combo, which shuts the whole thing down. But there you go. You see, you can still use the Nova. You can still use the Nova nade as the distraction.
Yep. And he walks into a bunch of hurricanes.
Because yeah, the Nova's gonna get destroyed either way. Even after it pops, it's gonna get destroyed by the Vandal. So you might as well use it as the distraction to get at least one of your nades popped off. And once the Avanade comes out, good luck vandaling that.
Yeah.
All right, he doesn't actually have it. Oh, he doesn't have it.
Oh, squeezes out.
I'm really surprised that... I mean, no, I'm not actually surprised that people aren't running Nova right now. Especially with how good the Vandal is.
Yeah, and Aegis can 3-shot all Novas. I mean, with 350 HP.
Now, I will say, I personally think that the change was better for the Nova matchup. Only because now it's much harder to actually get Novas that are... Oh! Reaches up for it! And it hits the hand!
The punch to the gut.
Uh-huh.
With the Viper.
Yeah, but now if you spread your Novas out, it's much harder to get all of them at once. I saw a lot of...
That's true.
I think Scrublord was the only one who was running Nova yesterday, and he wasn't doing a great job of spreading them out. I mean, I'll only send out one Nova at a time, mostly because my Nova is meant to stall, not necessarily supposed to do damage. But I personally, you know, if I force my opponent to throw out that shield 3 times, I've actually gotten 2 seconds up on them, and it means that when I go and push, they don't have a shield ready to go. So I still feel like I would rather see the 3-second shield than the Vandal for sure. The Vandal, there's nothing much I can do. I just have to play it as if it were a normal tether build. Ooh, nice drop block there on the snowball.
See if Skyzzo can make this work. He keeps using the Vandal on the Hurricanes, which means he won't have them for the nades.
Yup. Ooh.
It hurts too. The punishment.
The punishment. It really was. Yeah, and 2-4 really can use that Vandal freely. And it's an even trade with the Hurricane.
Or doesn't struggle with nades nearly as much as other people will. He's real good at getting down and around them.
Well, especially because there's only one nade he has to worry about too.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, he keeps getting these Nova nade pops. And 2-4 takes game 3. All right, we'll have to see. Again, I'm sticking around either way to see what they do, but technically that's it as far as Boss Rush League rules go. 2-4 would have won.
They don't want to take it any further, or is just BO5?
We'll see. We'll see. I know they originally, I think, were just going to do a straight-up best-of-7, so we'll see if they go into another match. I'll ping them on the Discord either way.
Oh, just a little analysis here. It seems like Skyzzo's gotten a bit of a nerf here this update because he was using Cortex, if I remember correctly, and Swarm a lot, and now it doesn't look like he's able to use those very much because, well, I mean, he can use them, but it's not a great choice because of what happened to him.
Right. It isn't like an instant win anymore. It's you really got to think through. I mean, I don't run the Swarm. I still personally think the Swarm's pretty strong.
It feels balanced now.
Yeah. Now you just have an opportunity to really counter it. I mean, honestly, now that you've said that, it does kind of feel like the same spot where the Nova and the Nova Helix are currently sitting right now, which if your opponent has the answer to it right away and deals with it right away, then you're good to go. You know, you've maybe wasted one shot, but you're going to be safe. If you don't and you leave it, it's going to cause you troubles later. And if you can then combo around that, that's when it gets to be really strong.
Yeah, it feels... I like the changes to it because you can at least counter it now, but like you said, if you don't, it can come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. Which I feel like is a great feeling to have with weapons in a game like this, where it's like, okay, this is a threat. If you don't deal with it immediately, if you don't spend your resources on it immediately, you will die to it. But yeah. All right, and they were originally just gonna do a best of 5, so that is gonna be it. So yeah. So Baby Spine, would you like to talk about your new Discord?
Oh yeah, sure. Given the opportunity here, it's just a new little Discord I whipped up called the VR Gym, and just a little place I made for VR fitness and gaming, but also, you know, went ahead and made some Blast On channels there because we used to have that old thing going and Blasted's old unofficial top 10 thing, and I figured, hey, why not have, you know, somewhat of the same thing going on here for anybody that cares or wants to, you know, do like what we just did here today, you know, some competitive scrims where someone streams it and everything, and just kind of give people an alternative. Yeah, well, hopefully the Boss Rush League will take some of that, but it's good to have other leaderboards too. I think, honestly, any Blast On streaming helps all of us out too, and honestly, you know, we got a lot of new viewers on that thing yesterday, so I'm hoping that they stick around. At least I ended up giving 2 copies of Blast On away purely because people didn't have it. So, hey, you know what? Hopefully we get more people involved in the new year. I'm real excited for everything coming up competitively. But yeah, all right, so we're going to go ahead and end it here. Just my normal spiel, right? If you like me, you like the things I do. I'm pretty sure all 7 of you already are following, but if you haven't, follow. And hey, you know what? If you're feeling real nice, you could throw like the $3 needed at me to subscribe, because we have cool emotes, and I'm probably going to add some animated ones today once I go through. I have started editing the tournament matches from yesterday. I'm actually going to be doing what I did for the Second Amendment tourney, which is making custom thumbnails for everybody, and then also posting all the matches separately in a big playlist. I just feel like it's easier to share that way. So be on the lookout for that. I'm just going to go ahead and drop the link tree in chat. That is my YouTube. TikTok is mostly just highlights after the stream. Honestly, TikTok has become a main channel at this point to everybody's chagrin, including myself. So go ahead and follow me there. And then Twitter, that's for me to, you know, complain at CCP and for me to do like small giveaways and stuff there. So honestly, those are my 3 main social channels outside of the Twitch. So if you like me and you like the things I do, go ahead and follow there. Any last comments, Baby Spot? Oh, no, thank you. No, thanks for having me.
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm good.
All right. Well, I've been Dr. Oolong, and just remember, a doctor a day keeps the assholes away. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.